Look, man, I thought I was going to come in here on some jolly stuff.
It is the day after Christmas.
Bro, do you understand what you're doing right now?
What are you talking
For
about?
those of y'all don't know, I can't recite anything. And I know y'all tripping, but he just played me something.
My 4 extra dish.
That I kind of wish I didn't hear, but I'm glad I heard it. Just picture this. As much as an asshole y'all know he can be, put all that on steroids and pour 10 trillion tons of disrespect, you can't release that, bro.
Why? You think it'd be bad?
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like this Adam22 and 4 Extra beef is getting heated, right? If you don't know, the two have been having a back and forth for quite some time now. 4 Extra obviously used to be a member of the No Jumper crew. Honestly, he was probably one of the quote-unquote top talents up there when he was there. But back about 5 months ago, he had an incident with a firework where things went wrong. He ended up, setting the firework off in his hand. It apparently blew his fingers off, ended up having to go into emergency surgery. And while he was in recovery, Adam22 took it upon himself to turn this incident into content, which is what Adam does. 4 Extra obviously was not a big fan of Adam doing that. It rubbed him the wrong way. He started feeling some type of way. And the two pretty much haven't been cool since. Now, Adam, he's known for falling out with his co-host, with the members of his team. I couldn't count on 20 hands how many people he's fell out with up there over the years. And every time this happens, Adam, paints the picture like he's the victim. Like he's the one who's right and whoever he has had a falling out with is wrong. It's the narrative that he always tries to paint. And of course, he tried to paint that narrative with this, saying 4 Extra is just overreacting, taking things out of context. But one thing is for sure, 4 Extra was super upset about it. You can see this on full display during the interview that he did with Trap Lore on Cam Capone News when he was asked about No Jumper, and he went off saying that he would never go back up there and that he pretty much felt betrayed by Adam as a friend, right? Let's take a look at that for a second.
Ask all the time, when you going back to No Jumpers? Nigga, I ain't going back. I ain't no going back. Why would I go back to that's on the internet talking about me? You get up there with my enemies, talk about my hand, talk about me and laugh like it's funny? I would have broke your jaw. What do you mean? I looked at you as a friend. I looked at that as a friend. I brought that to my neighborhood. I brought that to Vernon Avenue. And that nigga think it smiles and faces. My homies, my family, my loved ones sad. They crying. They thinking I'm dying. I'm collapsing. What the fuck? I'm getting blood transfusions. Surgery for 5 hours and 30 minutes. And you think it's funny to say, to get up there and think it smell? I would have broke his face. Hell no, I'll never go back there.
So like I said, 4 Extra, he feels passionately about this topic, clearly, because he feels like Adam betrayed his trust. He felt like Adam was sitting up there on No Jumper laughing at him over this incident, which was a very serious incident, which has led to a crazy back and forth. Adam22 just dropped a diss song. Oh yeah, did I mention that? He just dropped a diss song. We're going to get into it here in just a minute. But this interview that he did with Trap Lore on Cam Capone News has rubbed Adam the wrong way. He feels like he's being misrepresented, and so he's taking it upon himself to go ahead and jump completely out the window, and he is now asking 4 Extra for a fade.
Hey, 4 Extra. I just seen a clip of you saying that I was talking shit about you and laughing about you after you got nerfed and your hand turned to a nub. Well, I just want to say that that's cap. In reality, I sent money to your GoFundMe and I was keeping the whole world up to date about what was going on with your goofy ass. So as a result of you lying to the world because you don't want to be honest about the fact that nobody wanted to pay you $50,000 for your interview, I challenge you, 4 Extra, to a fade. I'll see you in the ring.
So Adam feels disrespected by the comments that 4Extra made. Like I said, he claims that he was being misrepresented. So I guess now he thinks he's Oscar De La Hoya. He wants to hop in the ring with 4Extra. He put that up on social media saying that when it happened, I didn't do nothing but show support to you. I was sending you money. I was helping you out. And I never laughed at you. What you said was a lie, right? But the thing is, when you look into it a little bit, you do find clips of Adam22 essentially trying to make a joke out of the situation. He was doing things like inviting 4Extra's ops up to his podcast, right? Munchie B and King Pill. He's had problems with both of these guys. And this podcast scene was shot just a couple of days after it happened. And it was clear that Adam was trying to make content that was mocking 4Extra by doing this podcast. And shout out to Point and Shoot. He's got a great video detailing the whole thing, but we'll look at a couple of clips here.
Some people here in the room, let's be totally real, some people here have a dog in the fight. Munchie had been going back and forth with him, shitting on him, saying that he wasn't all he was cracked up to be. And then in addition to that, King Pill had been turned down for a fight, and 4Extra's actually said that you were a smoker, that you were not worthy of getting in the ring with him, etc.
Damn.
I can't help but feel like it probably hit Shaw slightly different than it hit other people. I was hanging out on 4th of July. We all saw it explode onto the internet. A lot of people thought it was fake. We could talk about that too, but it turns out.
Say explode onto the internet.
Look, crazy, man.
See, that's the problem, man, because even.
Hey, you can't say nothing, huh?
Exactly. I already had somebody tell me, oh, why you dressed up like the firecracker that blew his hand up? I'm like, God damn, I can't even put a tie-dye shirt on without somebody coming up with a narrative.
So he was very clearly trying to make a joke out of this situation. Even though he was trying to do it nonchalantly, he was clearly making fun of the fact that 4Extra had this massive medical emergency happen, right? And when he called 4Extra out for the fade, he claims that 4Extra lied, that he was never sitting around laughing. But again, just a few days later, he was laughing at this situation.
Anyway,
I seen you donated $1,000. You're gonna get that new robot thing going, huh? AI technology.
that's the government. They got, yeah. See, look how bad this looks already. People are trying to get me to laugh, crack jokes. Anyway, I'm just gonna zero in on this one comment. Keep it a buck and take accountability, bro. We all seen you doing slosh shit in on the jokes, fool. Okay.
At what point?
Yeah. Where's the clip?
You're gonna get that new robot thing going, huh? AI technology.
If you ask me, Adam was clearly trying to make fun of 4Extra during these episodes. And there's more clips out there of him kind of cracking jokes, talking about his nub and how he was going to be scared to reveal it to the world. You know, and that's what made 4Extra upset. He feels like Adam shouldn't have been doing that during this crisis of a time that 4Extra was having. And so he addressed it on Cam Capone. But Adam, he feels like he did nothing wrong. In fact, when he was asked if he could have handled the situation any differently, he just basically doubled down.
Anything that you wish that, or you feel like you could have done differently in dealing with him in this situation?
No. I handled it perfectly, and he is behaving like a child. That's my honest opinion.
So Adam is fucking pissed that 4Extra is quote unquote misrepresenting him, which led to the clip that we seen earlier where he basically called 4Extra out for a fight. That didn't really get 4Extra's attention. So during this other podcast, he then doubled down on that statement as well and made it clear that now that 4Extra only has one hand, that he would be willing to get into the ring with him.
4Extra, if you want to get on a national platform like Cam Capone and lie on the 22ster, who is objectively, I am the number one person who has ever given you an opportunity in your life. I'm the number one person who has ever given you money in your entire life. You have never received more money than you received from me. I am the number one person who made you famous, who gave you opportunities, who helped create the lore that now surrounds you.
I just want to interject, man. I hate when people do this kind of thing right here. When they go out of their way, they help somebody out, they put them in a good position, and then as soon as things aren't working out in terms of their relationship, they immediately want to throw it up in somebody's face like, but you ain't nobody without me, and without me, you would have never been anybody. I'm the one that made you. Don't forget it. Because I feel like it really invalidates any help that you did give somebody. To me, it comes off like I only did it so I could then say I did it, so I could take credit for doing it. Anyways, I just had to say that. I dislike when people do this right here.
Because of the fact that you are a snake and you took to this national platform, Cam Capone News, with 1.3 million subscribers, and lied about me.
Damn.
I need that fade. I need to settle this score in a ring, in a cage, whatever it might be. I don't fight on the streets. I'm like Mike Tyson. I only fight in the ring for money.
He might just
for
beat your
extra.
ass.
I need that fade.
So Adam says that the disrespect is too much. He'll let another man bust on his wife's face, but this right here, this is too damn much, so he wants to fade, which I'm gonna be real. I think even with just one hand for extra, we'll probably mop the floor with Adam22. But that's just my opinion. I guess I could be wrong, but I doubt it. But anyway, so that's the beef. That's how everything has been going. But then yesterday, Adam22 took it upon himself to go a step further with mocking for extra, and he put out this music video for this song called Fireworks Safety Tips for Extra Diss, and Adam took it upon himself to go ahead and drop some bars. He gets disrespectful towards For Extra and even mentions For Extra's hood, his turf, his homies, so I want to take a look at just a piece of it and then we'll talk about it some more. Let's see what Adam got in the booth and was cooking up.
You say you in the field, bitch, well 22 the gardener. You should have took the safer route and got yourself a sparkler. Since he got nerfed, I think that something's up, he's moving like a club. I promise you the fireworks, in my hand it's finna bust. You can't even ball your fist, how you finna rep the glove? Shots my folks on Vernon Ave, yeah they known to set trip. But last time you was in the county was for beating on your bitch. I was trying to take you out the trenches, keep you out the feds. When I said I'd be a helping hand, this wasn't what I meant. You already ducking my fade. I told you I need that fade. You gonna duck the rap battle too? Huh? Come on now. I'm just a white boy.
Okay, so Adam22 has dropped this song here, this trash diss song against For Extra. I didn't play the whole thing here, but I think that it's not the greatest of looks. Adam seems to be kind of taking it as a joke. He still seems to be mocking For Extra. Again, using it for content, trying to monetize it. And I don't think that this is gonna end well for Adam22. I know Adam, he's not from the streets. He didn't grow up in it, but he seems to have a lot of, certified members around him. And I think that, at least one of them should have at least told him, you don't play with the streets. At the end of the day, For Extra was speaking passionately about this topic. For Extra is also a certified member, and there's no telling how he's going to react to this right here. For Adam, he's trying to use this as a moment for comedy, but in my opinion, he is choosing to actively involve himself in street politics with the way that he runs his podcast, all the gang members, with the back and forth that he keeps having with them. He's actively choosing to take part. And when things go left, he can't be mad when they apply the rules that they play by to him because he's getting involved. They're not going to play by his rules. It's all fun and games to him because he's making money off of it, but that don't mean that the same rings true for the other side. But that's what I got, man. That's the story. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below.